Okay, the penultimate round of Barclays Premier League fixtures this weekend. Let's start off with Blackburn versus Manchester United. Manchester United obviously only needing a point. They'll be desperate to get that point and give themselves a nice weekend ahead of the Champions League final. And I don't think they'll have any problems. They'll take all three. So that's United to win at Blackburn and win the title. Blackpool versus Bolton. Very, very important game for Blackpool. Bolton are just eased off, gone off the boil a little bit since that semi-final defeat to Stoke City, and I think Blackpool will get a much-needed victory there. Blackpool to win. Sunderland versus Wolves, ditto really for Wolves. Really morale-boosting win last weekend, and I think they'll go to Sunderland with a little bit of confidence, and I think they will get something from that game, but it might just be a point. Wolves to draw against Sunderland. West Brom versus Everton, really a game in which both sides can go out and express themselves. And I think Everton, at the moment, they'll want to finish strong. They want to finish as close to Liverpool as they can, that's for sure. And I think Everton will go there and beat West Brom. Chelsea versus Newcastle. Chelsea will be totally deflated after that result at Old Trafford. And Newcastle, again, another side who really can just go out and enjoy themselves for these last couple of fixtures. I think Newcastle might get a point there. Chelsea to draw at home against Newcastle. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Arsenal now will be aware that Manchester City are chasing them for that third place, which is very important. It means you don't have to qualify, of course, for the group stage of the Champions League. Arsenal need to pull the result out. I think they will just about have enough to do so. Arsenal to beat Aston Villa. Birmingham versus Fulham. Birmingham probably need another point, maybe 2 points, to be absolutely certain of staying in the Premier League. And I think they'll grind something out against Fulham, who suffered that heavy defeat by Liverpool at home. I think Birmingham will squeeze a narrow victory and ensure safety. So that's Birmingham to beat Fulham at St Andrews. Liverpool, Spurs. Liverpool having a real great time under Kenny Dalglish. They're playing with confidence, with a freedom, with the backing of their supporters. Everyone playing with a smile on their face. Kenny Dalglish managing with a smile on his face. And I think that'll continue. I think they'll beat Spurs, who now, of course, no, they can't make those Champions League places. So Liverpool to beat Spurs at Anfield. Wigan versus West Ham, probably the most important league game of the weekend, even maybe more important than Blackburn Man U. Defeat for West Ham would put them into the Championship, and I think they might get something out of that game. I just think Wigan also are obviously in the same situation, very nervous. And I think they might cancel each other out. Wigan to draw against West Ham. And finally, of course, this weekend we have the FA Cup final, which should be a great occasion. Manchester City desperate to end that trophy drought. But I just think Stoke have been one of the form teams over the last couple of months. Really impressed with the way they beat Arsenal. Really impressed, obviously, with their semi-final victory. And I'm going for an upset in that game. I'm going for Stoke to win the FA Cup at Wembley on Saturday.